too many of us, what we do is we'll use these little words, these word tracks we've learned. We hear them from people. Hey man, follow your passion. Do what you're passionate about. It's bullshit. All right, so listen, I'm gonna just I'm sure people will watch this on the replay, so they'll catch the early days of this or what I'm talking about. But listen, one of the things that I think comes up a lot, I wrote some of these down. I get this message a lot. Not a lot, but when I get it fires me up. And so I'm gonna give it to you right now, and we're gonna talk about it a little bit because I think it's important. I think a lot of us let ourselves go here, which is, Dan, man, I'm just not that passionate about this, right? So you get in, you get to work, you get your first lead gen going or your first client, or maybe you don't even get into the training all the way through, and then like fear comes in, or I guess who knows, what life happens to you, and then you start spouting off shit like, man, I'm just, Dan, I'm just not that passionate about this, right? You think I like making lead gen sites? Like, do you think I'm passionate about Weebly? I'm not, okay? I'm not passionate about Weebly. I'm not passionate about plumbers or electricians or pool cleaners. I give two shits about them, right? So I think sometimes people mistake their passion, okay, for what they're doing, like the specific gig they're doing. Okay, I don't care if you're a street cleaner, or if you're a massage therapist, or if you're a lead generator, or an e-com person. All of us get to this point where we're like, I'm just not passionate about it anymore. It's all bullshit, okay? It's a lie you've told yourself. Another one I get is, Dan, this just isn't for me. This just isn't for me, Dan. I don't know. It's just not for me anymore, okay? The problem is you forgot to understand what you're actually competing against or competing for, okay? That's where the passion actually exists. It's not in what you're specifically doing. If you believe that you're gonna live this life where there's just puppy dogs and unicorns and whatever, shitting rainbows out all day, it ain't happening, okay? You gotta get passionate about what you're competing for or what you're competing against, okay? And what I mean by that is let's just take this lead gen business, right? Let's just take what we do for a living. We generate leads for small businesses. There's nothing sexy about it. There's nothing sexy about backlinking or Weebly or SEO or all this bullshit jargon we've kind of taught you guys over the last 4 or 5 years. There's nothing sexy about that. What's sexy is the result of that and what you can do with that income that comes in from it. So for those of us that have told ourselves or sold ourselves that I ain't passionate or it's just not for me, you better get really clear on who you're competing against or what you're competing for, because that's where the passion lies, okay? So for me, I'll give you a good example. I've talked about this at regionals, okay? Talked about this at regionals for a bit. When I was in the car business, there was this kid, I'm not gonna name his name, hated his guts, okay? Hated his guts, did not like him. I went to high school with him, okay? We were actually friends, but when it came to business, when it came to the car business, I couldn't stand this person. He was my arch nemesis, okay? And so when I got to work every day, I didn't love standing at the car dealership, okay, and getting my feet wet in the Oregon rain and standing outside getting, freezing to death, right? All I cared about, my passion was to beat this person. That's why I showed up every day. It wasn't because I liked getting yelled at or getting told, hey, you're just another car salesman, you dirty motherfucker. Whatever those things were they were telling me, because the customers hated us. You know, they say, hey, what's at the bottom of the ocean? It's like, what is it? It's attorneys and car salesmen. I married an attorney, so I come, hey, hey, right? So it wasn't because of that. It wasn't because I was passionate about selling freaking Toyota Siennas. Like, seriously, or Toyota Priuses? I don't care. Care about that? I cared about beating this person, okay? That's why I woke up every day. That's why I showed up every day, okay? And then as I morphed in and as I moved past the car industry and I got into other industries, right? Or I got into my own business, my lead gen business, right? Then the target changed. Then it wasn't someone I necessarily hated so much. It was actually my brother's company. All I wanted to do was beat them, okay? They had, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 employees, whatever. And my sole goal of showing up every day, okay, it wasn't because I was, like, again, passionate or it was for everything I was doing was just for me or my personality type. Man, I'm not, like, really a computer person, right? I have this internet business. My competitive edge, why I showed up every day, was because I wanted to take them out on a monetary level. It was competition with myself and my brother's company. They didn't even know this. They're probably watching right now. But that's what drove me, right? So for some of us, I feel like when we get into this business, we read our sales copy. You check out the case studies of the people that have went before you and actually followed through what they showed up here to do, right? And then some of us get into it for a few weeks, and some things can be difficult. Some things can be hard. You're going to hit some roadblocks, as we all do, right? I saw someone in the group ask yesterday, like, hey, how long until you got successful? Right? How long? Right? Irrelevant, really, because your path, my path, this person's path, that person's path, doesn't matter. When you get there, you're going to get there. But too many of us, what we do, oh, don't call me Brad Alcazan. I'm in the middle of a live stream, bro. Too many of us, what we do is we'll use these little words, these word tracks we've learned. We hear them from people. Hey, man, follow your passion. Do what you're passionate about. It's bullshit, okay? It's bullshit. Your passion is who you're competing against or who you're competing for. That's where your passion is. It's not specifically on what you're doing, the mundane tasks. You think a heart surgeon, okay, that's been doing heart surgery for 15 or 20 years, wakes up and they're just like, gosh darn it, I'm so darn passionate today to go help someone and fix their heart. They're not. It's the same thing. They've been doing the same process each and every day, and they're going through the same stuff that you guys go through when you get to a task that's mundane, that you don't like, that you got to continue doing, or you got to show up when you don't really want to show up, okay? There's not an industry out there. I mean, I've heard from people, oh, no, I love my job every day. It's so great. Bullshit. There's things they hate about it. There are things they ain't telling you. Let's be real. But do not fall into the trap of, this isn't for me. That's a trap. It's a trap. It's an easy way out. It's a way that you can't argue with yourself. I ain't passionate about it. It's a trap. It's a trap. You've just heard that from other people. It's a trap. Don't let yourself fall into it.